Привет, товарищи, and welcome to my Sky. Today, I'll be showing you how to disassemble the 1911. Today I have two different ones, an old classic Colt and a slightly modernized 1911. So I'll be showing you a couple of differences and how to take it apart and how to put it back together. Alright, let's check it out. So the first thing to a 1911 disassembly is to take and remove your magazine and clear your weapon and make sure that there is no rounds inside the chamber. I have two different 1911s I'm showing you today, so I'm gonna do just that. Some of the 1911s, like this para ordnance for instance, is actually a double stack and it holds 14 rounds as opposed to the traditional 7 to 8 rounds of a single stack 1911. Another interesting feature to point out is some of the newer 1911s feature a light rail. You can put a flashlight or a laser or what else your heart desires. The next thing that's very important to point out is not all 1911s are created equally. And as you guys can see, like my classic Colt, there is no recoil spring guide rod like on this newer para ordnance. It makes the pistol a little bit more reliable because that spring is consistent with every shot and the slide moves exactly the same. Also interesting is that you may need a tool to take down this recoil spring guide, and for this I have an Allen wrench. So, and it just comes right out like a bolt. At this point, the takedown is identical from the classic to the para ordnance. It is the same. I'm going to go ahead and release the slide on both of them. The next thing that I like to do after the weapon is cleared and there's no rounds, I like to put it on safety, tilt it upwards so the sights are away from me and the bottom of the pistol is towards me. And what you can do is you push the recoil end cap down, and then you push the barrel bushing to the left. Typically, there's a takedown tool like this, and it's very useful considering that some of the newer pistols or the match competition style pistols have a very tight bushing, like on my Colt. So this is very useful. So you push the recoil spring end cap down and rotate the bushing to the left 90 degrees. Careful for flying parts. The end cap comes right out. Then you can remove your spring like so. At this point, you can rotate the barrel bushing to the right hand side, unhook or turn off your safety, and move the slide back. And you will notice that there is two indentions in this slide. There is the takedown notch, and then there is the slide release notch. The slide release notch is always bigger, and the takedown is always smaller, and it's actually just perfect. As I have it aligned, notice the pin is on the other side. What you want to do is push it straight up, and this little piece is going to come straight up with almost no resistance. At this point, your barrel is unlocked from the lower part of the receiver, and the whole top half just slides right off. I have the other half of my captive system here. See, it just screws right in with the spring in the middle. And with my barrel bushing, if I rotate it a little bit to the right hand side, my whole barrel system comes right out like so. Very simple. And then at this point you can just take this off. All in all, this is very, very simple. And let me quickly do this with the other 1911. Another interesting note on 1911s is the newer style pistols. They come with what is called a ramped barrel. And as you guys can see, it's yeah, basically like a slide or a ramp. Whereas the classic pistols, they don't feature a ramp because the ramp is actually built into the lower, and the lower is polished instead of the barrel. Now, the classic 1911s were developed for full metal jacket rounds or with bullets with rounded noses to assist into feeding. And whenever hollow points were invented in other specialty rounds, this style, the classic style of 1911s, became less reliable, and the hollow points would not feed properly. That's why they improvised and came up with a more adapted solution, which is the ramped barrel, because it's more accommodating and definitely more reliable. To put the pistol back together, equally as easy, you just take your barrel bushing, put it on the barrel, take your slide, slide it from the front, make sure that it fits the correct keyhole, and I have rotated it to the other side. The barrel goes all the way back. I insert my spring, align everything properly, slide on your lower, and at this point it is very important that your barrel locks into the lower half. And what you do is you look inside the hole and make sure that link is visible, and go ahead and capture it first without inserting this all the way in. And then after that, you align your slide with the cutout and kind of in a downwards angle, but pushing up, because there's a little spring in the indent. You push it in, and then you verify that you have locked the barrel, and it is indeed locked. Push the whole slide forward. At this point, I like to engage the safety so the whole slide is locked. Take the end cap, push it all the way down, and lock in my barrel bushing on top of the end cap so it cannot escape. At this point, I like to do just a quick verification, and it is put back together. Now let me put the other pistol back together. And as you guys can see, that wasn't too difficult, even though you may require some tools to disassemble your 1911. A life hack is, if you don't have the barrel bushing tool and you don't mind if you scratch your pistol or not, you can actually use the corner of your magazine to push down that recoil spring cap and to turn the bushing with the edge of your magazine. That's just a life hack that you can use to open up that bushing if it's not too tight, of course. And just a quick note, I want you guys to understand that 1911 is a classic design. They really, even though they've made some improvements, it is still, I feel it's a very nostalgic handgun. It's a classic for a reason, but keep in mind that there are newer designs that are potentially, could be a lot better than the 1911. And as always, I hope you guys like this video. Go ahead and comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Share, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll enjoy seeing you guys next time. Пока-пока.